Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at YALA Group. I'm going to bring you an update on it. I like this stock a lot. Been in it for a while now. It's been doing surprisingly well in this big market turn. And so I want to just kind of give you an update and give you my thoughts of where I think it's going. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in. Alright guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date. I try to post new videos every day with anything investing. Growth stocks, penny stocks, anything I think can help us grow our portfolios. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that button for me. I would really appreciate it. There's a link down in the description to my Patreon account, so if you want to support the channel, you want to be a part of the day one squad, get it, be a part of the family, help us grow the channel, I'd love to have you. You'll get access to the private Discord where we talk stocks, links to 4 different portfolios so you can see exactly what I invest into. And then anytime I buy or sell a stock, up to the second I do it, I enter a swing trade or a crypto trade, as well as like anytime I see stocks that I think will do well, I just kind of send out my thoughts, periodically. So if you want to check that out, you want to follow along, you want to be in the day one squad, come join us. We'd love to have you. But guys, let's jump in. We're going to take a look at YALA Group today. I love this stock. Been in it since, let's see, I don't know, October. I got in at like $8, and then I got in again at 9. I remember when I first found this play, they were going through like a lawsuit, and I really liked it. I thought it looked great. I kind of mentioned it to a couple people before I started my channel in another Discord, and they just shot me down. Like it was funny, but I stayed true. I liked the stock, and so I bought it, and it's done very well. And I would have thought that it would have got absolutely crushed in this market correction. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty far down off its highs, but it's actually been holding really well. Like I will, see it, and it's a volatile stock. It'll be up, 6% one day, it'll be down 6% the next day, but it's been holding a pretty nice level, throughout this whole thing where everything else has just been falling. And so I wanted to give you an update on it because I think it's a really good play. If you can handle the volatility and you're patient. I think over the course of the next 2 years, this could be a really nice stock for us. So I want to show you a couple of things today. And real quick, let me give you my thoughts on the overall market. The overall market is not very accepting of risk on assets right now. Like anything with high multiples, high PEs, growth stocks, they're getting pummeled. They're getting hit really hard. I've heard a lot of people talk about the great deleverage, the frugal generation. If you go watch Meet Kevin's videos, that dude's such an inspiration. Like he goes so hard. And he's got such good information, but I've been watching his videos recently, and he talks a lot about how margin debt's been going up, and how interest rates and bonds and all these things, and how he thinks that it's going to be the frugal generation. How there's going to be a great deleverage of margin, and everybody's going to start saving money and realizing they need to invest and open businesses and things like that. So with that being said, the stocks that are low multiple stocks like Amazon and let me get this sun out of my face here. Like Amazon and Apple and Google, they've been doing really well. That's why my value portfolio is doing well. Even my high growth portfolio with like 50 stocks in it that's got some more low multiple stocks, it's not doing well, or it's not doing bad because it's pretty balanced. But I wanted to jump in and kind of show you the income statement of YALA, kind of show you the balance sheet. Kind of point out some things that I like. We'll look at the 6K that they recently posted on their last earnings report. And then we'll also take a look at the stock chart. I'll give you my price target and we'll wrap it up. So let's jump in. Okay guys, so looking at the income statement, you can see really nice revenue growth here. I made a video about this where I went much further in depth. We broke down like the Q4 earnings and stuff, so I will link that above. But you can see here, beautiful revenue growth. Now, and beautiful profit margin as well, gross profit. But you can see they went from $20 million in net income to $28.9 million down to $3.2 million. Now, that was because a huge increase of operating expense and general and administrative expenses, which they stated was share-based compensation. Now, I do know that they are having to spend more to retain their users. I know they're putting a lot of money into expanding and growing their user base, because when you start looking at their user growth, their daily active users, their paying users, it's gone up tremendously, which is really nice to see. I'm not so worried about the lower net income, because if we jump over here and look at the free cash flow growth, you can see free cash flow growth, you typically take cash from operations minus capital expenditures. Look at this cash flow growth here, 23.4, minus 200 grand, 31.3 minus 400 grand, 64.8 million minus $1 million bucks. They are doing very well with growing their free cash flow. That's a lot of free cash flow for only, netting 3.2 million. Now they did have some cash from stock-based compensation. The stock ran well. Then they did issue, some stocks, which they got about 135 million from that. So now that's not showing up here in cash from operations, but still nonetheless. So they've got a lot of cash on hand. You can see the leverage free cash flow growth. What I'm getting at here is they've got more assets than they do liabilities. They've got cash on hand. They can make acquisitions. They can invest in the company. They can do what they need to do to grow the user base overall, create a better experience for their users, pay higher commissions to third-party apps that help them get users, which is fantastic. By the way, guys, this is a social media app over in India. They do chat rooms while you play games and stuff like that. Really cool. Again, you can go watch my other video. Okay, so I wanted to show you the 6K from their last earnings report. If you come down here and we look at the outlook for 2021, it says for the first quarter of 2021, the management and the company, management of the company currently expects revenue to be between 60 million and 63 million, which would represent an increase of approximately 184.7% to 198.9% from 2021, from 2020 first quarter at 21.1 million. So they're projecting to go from 21.1 million in 2020 for Q1 to up to 60 million in Q1 of 2021, which is apparently 184% growth, which is massive, guys. If they can report earnings like that, this stock will benefit greatly from it. Obviously, when they just reported full year earnings for 2020, they had massive growth as well in their users, their paying users, which is great. Now, I did want to jump on here and look at the chart. Guys, I really like this stock. I really do think that it's got a lot of opportunity, and I really like how we're making higher lows. We haven't made a higher high yet, but I think we're getting there. If we drop down and look at a weekly chart, in reality, guys, we're in an uptrend still. I mean, if you really look at it, we're in an uptrend. It's not like a lot of these other stocks that have just gotten absolutely obliterated over the course of the last few weeks, months. They're actually maintaining. If we just go like this, if we just say, you know what, we're just going to completely cut the massive run that we had in February, early January, December, January, and February, if we just take that away because everything was way overvalued back then, and we just put this channel up and we just say, okay, we'll just act like this never happened. We'll act like it just stayed inside this channel. The trend's looking nice. The regression line's looking nice. Again, we want to see it hold support. We want to see it come back up and break through this upper line of resistance and start using it as support so it can break up into all-time highs. Now, I do think that the price of $22 is a little high, but you are buying it right here at a support level. And if you see the chart here, this stock, it's very volatile. Don't get me wrong. This is not a stock that only moves 0.5% a day or 1% a day. You can see here, it'll move 17% in a day, 15% in a day, and then it will give up 12% in a day, 12% in a day. So very volatile, but it hasn't just been, the bottom hasn't been falling out of it. Like I pulled up Skills here, which is obviously a different type of company, but nonetheless, they're both innovative tech plays. Look at this, just red, couple of, green days, red. No support, just blowing right through the moving averages, right through all the support levels, and just falling on its face. Where YALA is not, they corrected, because up here at $41, they were overvalued, no doubt. Everything was overvalued then. But you can see it's a mix of red and green days. This is also a stock that's a nice stock to swing trade because of the movement it gets. If you can buy it near a support level and ride it for a week or two, you can get those big 12, 20% moves in just a few days. But this is a stock that I do plan on holding for the long term. I've made great returns on it. Like I said, I got in at $8, got in again at $9. I even added a few shares at like 16 back before I started the channel. So, guys, when it fell down here around the the $17 mark, that was a nice price. But overall, I really like what we're seeing here. I like the overall uptrend. I like the regression line. I do think that if we can, hold support here, which it looks like we did today, break up, and, ultimately what we want to see is we want to see it come up, essentially, maybe hold support here, break through, and then start holding this as support, before, as it's breaking up into all-time highs. Now, is it going to do that? I don't know if it's going to do that right away. I do think that over the course of the next 12 to 24 months, this stock will do very well. It's got earnings coming up right here on June 21st. I think they're gonna do just fine on earnings, and you could see the stock get a little bit of a bump there. Looking at the price to sales ratio of where it's trading at today, I got a price target for you at $73.81 by the end of 2021, beginning of 2023. As you can see here, it already had a high of $41. That price target is well over a year away. So I do see this stock getting up there around the $60 to $70 range. Again, my price target based off of price to sales ratio is up there around the $73 mark by, again, the beginning of 2023. I think it won't get there until after 2022. Now, it may get there sooner, it may not, but just to be safe, I am putting it at the end of 2022 into 2023 at that $73.81 mark. I have seen other analysts put like a $30 price target on it, $37 price target. If you were to get, just back up to previous highs, you've got quite the move still. Look, you've got 81%, which would be a really nice gain. But overall, guys, I like this stock. I'm not just going to, rebalance and move everything out of growth and start putting it into value. I'm just trying to balance, but I'm also looking for those growth stocks that are not getting hammered as much. They are still holding support. They are still starting to make, higher lows, so that we can still be in a position that when the market does finally turn around and start to advance, we're right there in a good position to capture those gains. So that's it for today, guys. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. If you get any value out of the channel, please like the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And remember to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the the bell notification. It's a way to support the channel for free. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Come join us at the Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.